Oh man,
You got to do it, man. You don't negate people.
What are you talking? Yes, you do.
Rick will beatbox.
This is like when you throw the ball.
Throw
You
a
just
beat
threw the
down.
ball at me, and I went like this.
You didn't even catch it, though.
I went like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I got a hole in my wall.
What are you doing? Go get the ball.
All right, man.
It's a great episode. You know,
Fantastic.
we just do this. Yeah, great episode.
Oh, so many mustaches. On, off, on, off, on, off, on, off.
Blabbity blue, scoop D. Oh yeah.
Where my like certain people's messages just vanish. Like I see the preview, and then when I go to the message, it disappears. Okay, and then then let's say if I leave the text program, and when I come back, the whole thing disappears.
It sounds like you're anticipating a fight with your girlfriend, and you'd be like, "No, look, I even said it on Rick's podcast. Some of the texts they just disappear."
No, it's not hers. That'd be easier.
No. I was saying like if you got some text and you're like, well, where's the other text from Pizza Hut? And you're like, oh, they disappeared. I watch Rick's podcast.
It's weird. So weird.
All right, let's check these levels out. Hello? Oh, yeah.
That sounds weird, right?
Oh, no. I thought it sounds good.
Okay, well, whatever. It's your thing. What does it matter what I think?
Yeah, I've been trying to tell you that for 9 episodes now, but you still come over here getting mad at me about the blankets on the couch.
No, this blanket thing is new, I think. Is it?
Yeah, it's a new couch, so.
So what is it? Okay.
I eat on that too. Whenever I eat, I put blankets down.
All right, that makes sense.
Also, it's fine that you're not because you're not eating, but if you look, there's some extra slack on the floor there. You could also, like one of those green screens that you step on.
Oh.
So you drop
I don't know why you don't just get a green screen and have people sit on it. Because then you could like do stuff.
Yeah.
You could put them wherever you want.
Well, if you're being serious, there'd be some lighting issues with the creases when you're sitting on it. I've thought about the green screen couch.
There wouldn't be any lighting issues.
Yeah, there would be. To key it out? Yeah, because there's creases and the
No,
folds. You ever set up a green screen?
Yeah, I have one. I've been gaming for over a year.
Did you steam it?
No, I didn't steam it.
That's why you don't get enough subscribers.
Oh, my God.
Do me a favor, steam your green screen.
No,
I bet your subscriber scout.
I'm not going to steam my green screen. Like, that's the reason people watch. They're going to be like, oh, man, I saw your green screen, and it was nicely steamed.
You know what I thought about doing? Because there's so many things. You know, we talk about this all the time. We have to learn how to use new equipment and new stuff.
Yeah, it's really aggravating.
And you watch YouTube tutorials, and they're just like, get to it.
Oh, bro, don't even get me started. First of all, I don't care about your channel.
Yeah. Welcome back to Tools with Brian. If you like what you see, make sure to subscribe. It's like, I'm not subscribing. I just want to know how to fix my fridge.
Get to it.
I do this.
Oh, man. And then I'm trying to skip ahead. Oh, I can't stand
I put
that.
on 1.5 fast forward.
Yeah, dude. Just get to the thing,
There
bro.
was I have this hard-boiled egg maker that I use for 2 months, and then I don't use it for 5 years, and then I forget what to do.
Yeah.
There's only two options. It's on-off. You could turn it to this way, which is just an egg with some wave symbols, or this way, which is an egg with 2 wave symbols. And I never, which one do I do? And I YouTube searched this egg maker. The video was 15 seconds. He goes, if you want to keep it warm, put it here. You want to do it? I'm like, I got to get this guy on my podcast. That's how you do one of these.
Yeah. I actually, that is like my main go-to from when you're trying to figure some shit out. Like I don't even get stressed anymore about something. Like if I say, and I don't care what it is. It could be your router or something. You go, this router isn't working right. Let me just a second.
Yeah.
And you actually can type in exactly what's wrong.
Hi, I'm Eric. This is my router.
Yeah.
You'll find someone.
Yeah, my router is doing such and such, and then you like the options come up, and you go, oh, okay, because sometimes you don't know how to word it. You know what I mean? Like
yes, I've gotten good at wording. We should play a game. You list I list a problem, and you see what would be the most efficient Google search to fix it, and we do that.
And then the YouTube comes up, and you just go, okay, boom, get to it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I try to. Sometimes I'm very judgy about even how the person looks. I can go like, this person looks annoying. Like this, they're gonna.
Oh.
I go, let me go to the person that looks the most efficient look on their face. Like they're gonna get right to it. You know what I mean? I try to figure out which one.
I understand, but not me. I just go by the view count because I figure this one obviously has been working.
Oh, yeah, I have a lot of factors.
I can't be that picky. I mean, there was one, I don't remember what the issue was, but I had an issue, something with minting NFTs, I think, where I was so limited that the guy that was helping didn't even speak English, but I was watching so I could see, like, if I could maybe see what he's doing on his computer. I didn't even know what he was saying.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are great. I mean, I just think, I used to work in, like, I used to do technical support. You know, at the
You did?
Yeah, like school I worked at. And it was like I had to do the computers.
You were a gym teacher or something.
Yeah, I had a whole other life. And so what I would do is I would just, like, they would have problems with the computers, and I would just be like, okay, I'm going to take a look and see what this is about. I'd just go to my office and I'd Google it.
Well, how long ago was this? Did they have Google then?
Yeah.
But no YouTube.
No YouTube. There was no YouTube. It was just Google.
Hi, Betty.
And you'd be surprised that you could
Well, why don't we, Betty has some oat milk for us. So why don't we take this opportunity to hear from our sponsors, and we'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by Raycon.
With Raycon wireless earbuds, you get crisp, powerful beats at half the price of other premium audio brands. Right now, you can get 15% off your entire Raycon order.
Go to buyraycon.com/TYSO. Snap us out, Dad. This episode is brought to you. Oh, I tried again. It's such a quiet snap.
Okay, tell me when she's going to snap, and I'll do the snap.
This episode is brought to you by Helix Sleep. Now, we're excited to show you us opening this mattress to show you how beautiful this package and how comfortable the mattress is. But in the meantime, why don't you head on over to helixsleep.com/TYSO. Say for up to do the for up to do that. You can do that now. It's fine.
All right, give me a cue one more time.
Okay, Mom, snap. Head on over to helixsleep.com/TYSO.
Where you can get up to $200 off a mattress and 2 free pillows.
Now that's helixsleep.com/TYSO.
I would like to mention one thing about this before we open it, Rick.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this bed that came delivered to our house. It's a full king-size bed.
Well, let's talk about that. Well, this is the pre-roll. We want to get back into the show.
Good enough. And tonight's guest is...
No, they've already seen. They know who it is. The episode already started.
Sorry, I thought it was a pre-roll.
No. Well, it's like 5 minutes in.
Okay.
Mom, snap.
We're back.
Are we already back, or should we?
I don't know. It's just Betty's got like a laissez-faire, kind of like a.
I know that I had this conversation on another podcast. I know laissez-faire doesn't mean let the buyer beware.
Yeah, I also approached it with a, what would you say, is laissez-faire? Is that what does that mean?
I thought you were going to say lackluster. Laissez-faire, I know I'm wrong, but if this were on the multiple choice, I would be looking at it for a while. Let the buyer beware.
Let the buyer beware.
Buyer beware. I know that's not laissez-faire, but it's also, is it laissez-faire? If you guys think laissez-faire means let the buyer beware, comment let the buyer beware in the comments. If you think it's not that, either comment what you think it is or comment Blake has a, how big is your penis?
I don't know.
Just guess how big you think Blake's penis is. But I think I learned the terms in the same day. What does laissez-faire mean again?
I don't know. Like a blase.
No, blase is different than laissez-faire. Also, you're getting more insulting.
Yeah.
You know, she's just like, looks like she put on some weight. What are you saying?
I didn't say that at all. Hey, don't bring your shit into my thing.
What is my shit? That's not my shit.
No,
I think Betty looks good. I think all women are beautiful.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. She's British, so it's like.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to bow.
Eric.
I know. Do I curtsy when you meet her? You know what I mean?
Laissez-faire is Betty. What does laissez-faire mean?
I think it's like, I don't know if this is a really British one, but like kind of like fly by the seat of your pants, just go.
Yes, there it is.
All right, well that works. She said
'cause she's got like a sort of like I don't know what this is.
I'll tell you exactly what
like
this
a
is.
swak that she's wearing, or
I'll tell you what she's
Thank
wearing. And she looks beautiful. But Betty is wearing what we like to refer to in this house as her outdoor clothes.
Yeah.
So once,
ooh,
yeah. Thanks, Betty. I'm okay for now. Thank you. I once anybody wears if they come in the house and if their clothes have been outside, they have to either change or sit on a blanket. So we have indoor and outdoor clothes. Betty doesn't care, but she is very kind to me. She's laissez-faire.
she tolerates you.
Betty,
You know what this tells me about you?
Tell me.
That you're probably real good in bed. Because
Betty, keep your mouth shut.
Because what else? Why else would she put up with this?
That's a good question. Why? What is it? Well, we're not going to be able to hear you, and it's gonna be so many subtitles, and I'm going to get mad at you when we're editing this. So never mind. Just text me. We'll put it up on the screen here.
You should just have a mic over there that she can just pick up at any time.
I would love to. I thought, but this is hard. But Betty,
like my singing mic. I mean, it's got to be because it can't be your like charming personality.
Betty, will you come?
Yeah,
Come-
it's everything else I feel like around it. I also find
Here,
it,
you can sit down.
No, I don't want to sit down.
Oh yeah, outdoor clothes.
No, everything around it's kind of endearing. That's.
Oh.
I'm also quite a
Into the mic.
I like kind of kooky people, so I'm
Gotcha.
very accepting, like not judgmental about it. I'm like, yeah.
Okay, it makes sense.
Like when we first started talking, you had a different experience with someone else. I feel like when Rick has to kind of be like, just so you know, I have autism.
Yeah.
I was just like, anyway, and like moving on.
Can I ask you something? This is really great. I actually really wish you would sit down. Because he's gonna put the blanket. Because my question is, at what point did you learn about the autism in the relationship?
Early on when we were talking.
Okay,
and
so so on the first date.
No, explain.
So Rick had been messaging me on Instagram. We obviously had some mutual connections that led him to me.
He
And
slid into the DMs. I get it.
I ignored it. I was just like, I'm uninterested. I'm not interested in a comedian. Like, thank you very much. Like,
Here we're gonna put up some. Guys, please calm down. I think she looks great.
Can you have oranges come flying in? Okay, all
so
right.
I was like, whatever. Then one night I was having a good conversation with someone else and he popped up, like a girlfriend, and I was in a good mood. So I was like, what do you want?
I love how you can't give him any credit. I like that.
Yeah.
So someone else got you in a good mood and you were like, okay, I'll give this guy a chance.
I think all he did was send me like a bunch of those purple umbrellas in the
Okay.
emoji, and I go, "What do you want?" And then we started talking, and it was fine. And
So that was endearing.
yeah, I was kind of. It was a little bit like, what? Like, what have you got for me that is
Okay.
like, what's the point? Like, do you know something I don't? Have we met before? Do you know someone that knows me? And then we started talking on the phone a lot, like FaceTiming a lot. And then
Wait. How did that start? Did he just say, hey, you want to
He immediately
FaceTime?
said, I wonder if that's people in the entertainment industry that immediately want to like make sure they're not being catfished or something. It's really weird. I know of girlfriends like that, but like normal guys don't do that. But like
They don't
anyone
care.
in the entertainment industry is always like wants to see you face to face.
How do you know? What are you doing?
I just said I have girlfriends who've dated like famous
I didn't have my
people.
headphones on.
And
Okay, so then, all right, so you start the FaceTime, and which
Yeah.
was, that actually fast-tracked the whole thing. Very much so. I
Yeah.
think that's a great
That's the
idea.
point of FaceTime. You know right
Yeah,
away.
yeah. You
Why
see-
on a first date? Let's just do this here.
So that was like the
Yeah.
first date. Okay,
yeah,
so-
because I think it's to see like we got on with the banter in the texting. So, but that doesn't always
To this
translate
day,
face to
The
face.
best we ever communicate is when we text.
Oh, you still think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you're a bit grumpy on the phone.
Okay.
And then
I agreed.
yeah, and then on the like
Boo!
about a month
This
in.
whole episode, I want to just have you as animate you as the literal Grinch.
No, what are you talking about? This is
but
great.
The thing is, I went through his stuff then, and I got an inkling. I had been telling one of my best friends she's autistic for like 3 years. I'm like, you have
Oh.
autism. So I read up on it a lot because she was my very closest friend, and I was like, there's something going on, and I think it's maybe autism.
Oh, so Rick was like an experiment. I like this.
No, so when I met Rick, I started looking at stuff. So,
Go off the blanket.
so by the time he told me, I was like,
Don't. That's
I did it. I just went like that over it.
not pranking. That's
he's Reiki on the.
you know.
Yeah, so by the time he told me, it was fine. But he also then told me afterwards he had a conversation with another girl on FaceTime, and she reacted funny when you said I have autism. She said,
Well, first of all, that'll do. Thank you.
no,
Wait,
please tell me,
we're
please
not
tell
done.
us what she did. 'Cause
No,
it's
wait.
actually
But
kinda
first,
cute.
I just want to know. Okay, so
Well, no,
was it the first conversation on
No,
FaceTime?
it was like 2 months of talking every
Okay,
day.
so 2 months in is when he goes, "Hey, by the way, I have autism."
I actually have I want to comment on that.
Okay. I
But
just
I'm
want.
going to say along the
But
way.
wait, but I didn't finish with my. Let me just. Okay, so
But
at that point though, 2 months in, you already have been. You're kind of like fond of him.
Yeah, and we'd also argued on the phone and stuff, so stuff had happened.
So
yeah.
you were already like, wow, this is like, and he's
Yeah.
not acting like normal guys at that point either.
Yeah, and I wasn't gonna. not accept him at that point when I accepted him the whole way along, and then suddenly when I found out he's diagnosed with something, be like, well, I guess that's it for us. Like, yeah.
All right, that's very interesting.
So, I when I was diagnosed, I told some friends. I tried to talk about it on stage. I wasn't sure. Then I stopped talking about it for a bit because it just became an uncomfortable conversation with people.
Yeah.
Then I also am not dating. I'm getting into dating. I'm coming back into the game. Okay, Daddy's back. And
Boo.
caught an orange. Whoa, Daddy is back. The rug. And well, here I'm just worried about the framing and stuff.
Yeah, who's it right now?
All right.
I want to hear about the girl.
Yeah. We'll switch seats. We'll switch seats. Well, I don't want to talk about
I don't
that.
even talk about who she is, but I just want to know her response was quite funny.
I don't even remember what you're talking about, but maybe I could find it. But what I will say is, what I found is that sometimes I have to find. I mean, at this point now, I talk on the podcast. This is who I am. Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah. Yeah,
But you know, when in the first year,
you're more comfortable with it, actually.
I'm more. I'm more accepting of people are going to receive. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's true. Yeah. And I've benefited from this information.
Right.
And people from the podcast have benefited from this. There's been 2 people who've told me that they were curious about it and got diagnosis after listening to my story. But how do you tell people? And I wanted to tell people because, to be truthful, it was, I mean, I don't know if this is the best word, but just being honest, it was an excuse. Like, hey, I'm crazy, I'm weird, but it's because of autism. Maybe it's tacky to say blaming it, but I felt like it was a good in for me before you even said, you got to get to know Rick. Once you get to know Rick, you know, you have a better chance of liking him. Mm-hmm. So I'm like...
But that being said, though, it is important, not important, but it is helpful information, because I'm just using my own personal experience with you. It was very helpful for me having more understanding of you when you said to me, this is the situation.
I remember we had the conversation at Montreal outside.
Yeah, so that, for me, it was like, oh, okay. Now I can, in my brain, go, all right, let me...
That was part that we were just for laughs having this conversation with you, and it was a very connected conversation that didn't always happen up until that point with us. Then that was one of the moments where I realized I want people to know, but I feel like I want people to know that I have autism in the same way that I want them to know I play the piano. Where I can't go into a room and say, you guys want to hear this? But if someone says, Rick, do you play? I could be like, a little bit.
Well, when is that going to be the thing?
It's not. So I had...
Do you know what I will say, though? Rick having autism, and I think this is part of it, is like... It's so nice to date a guy because he can't lie, because it's like an OCD thing. It's like not being able to control a variable if you throw a lie out.
That's not autism.
Or the whole thing is a lie.
Yeah.
But I don't know that.
And he's got another family.
And the autism thing is like being very, not obsessive, but like very in contact and very, especially after being diagnosed. I imagine before this he wasn't like that, but communicative, which a lot of guys when you date them are the opposite of those 2 things.
Ah, gotcha.
They're not telling you the truth and they're not telling you what's going on.
So is this like dating a dwarf? Like it's a little fetishy?
No, it was like refreshing. I was honestly thinking there was something wrong with him, how honest he
I don't
was
think
being.
we all understand what the subtitle thing is. It's so much work. I have autism.
No, it was refreshing because I was trying to figure out why he was being so honest about things. And like, I could ask him questions that were jokes and he would honestly answer them. Like if we were making jokes about something and Rick went, oh, I have a little dick or something. And I go, do you really have a little dick? Most guys would be like, no, what about... Rick would go out and get a ruler and measure it and be like, no, it's... Well, I remember you doing
this
that.
joke, this example is bad for me for 2 reasons. Either one...
Go on. I'm enjoying every second of this.
But like, he answers everything very honestly. And
but wait a minute. But also, you're planting a weird seed that is incongruent with all the times we've been naked on the show. I'll even leave the room. Do I have a small dick?
No, when you've been making a joke about that or something, because you do.
Wait,
and I said,
now we have to cut to it.
I said, wait, why do you make the joke so much? Do you really?
But it's not even an average dick.
I know, it's above average. You did it with Rodnitsky.
You got a huge dick?
You know what I have? I have the right size dick. It's not a dick where people are like, what am I going to do with this? but it is also like a surprise when
I don't know. If I saw that dick, I'd be like, what am I going to do with this?
Well, I don't feel like my penis really is. It's above average.
It is.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? Yeah, you're above average.
That's what you said on the Rudnitsky episode.
I don't need you to quote me. I need you to tell Eric I have a huge dick.
You
Sometimes say you do, and they're like, no, we didn't hear it.
Boo! My question though is like, because of the honesty and the autism, when you need to feel good about yourself, do you get that from him?
Oh, and he needs it.
You know what I'm trying to say? Because like Rachel says to me, she'll say, I know when she wants me to say, oh God, you look great. Those jeans look awesome. I know when she wants me to say that.
Yeah, he can't do that.
And she wants me to say that, and I know I need to do that. And what I'm saying to you is like, so how do you get that if you can't get it from him? So you have to be really secure in yourself.
We have to have a conversation. So I'll be like, does this look nice on me? And he'll be like, I don't like it, but I know that you like it.
No, it's not. You're doing what my mom does, and I fucking can't stand it. That's not what I say.
Yeah, you know?
I don't say. I have never said I don't like it, but I know you like it. Who gives a shit? First of all, I don't know you like it, because if I knew you liked it, you wouldn't have asked me if I like it. I wouldn't have said that. What I would say, and I'm just making this up now, but this is how I speak, is I don't like that style, but it's good for that style. Kind of like, I don't listen to country music, but I can tell it's a good song.
You like, but you like them.
No, but the point about this is she needs to feel like this terrible outfit she's wearing looks good.
No, she needs to.
This is the antidote for me. I had an Eastern European mother who was like, you're the best, you're the most beautiful, you're the smart. I needed to stop being lied to. Like, I really did need some honesty of my mom. Like, I remember once accidentally, I was at a work thing on a shoot. And no, stop trying to fucking talk all the time. And then I took a photo of myself by accident. It was like double chin and like here, and accidentally sent it to my mom because I'd just been FaceTiming her. And my mom wrote back, beautiful, you look so beautiful. And I'm like, oh my God, no, you've been lying to me my entire life.
Yeah, that was the moment you realized it?
Yeah, I go,
am I ugly?
I even screenshot it and sent it to my girlfriends and go, my mom just called me beautiful after I accidentally sent her this photo. And then
No, but you're not. Okay, let me just narrow it down again. What I'm saying to you is, how do you get that? You're not getting that from him.
I do think she's beautiful, and I do think all these great things that I do say and give. But if you are cooking some delicious HelloFresh, but there is an item on the menu that I don't like, I'm not going to pretend I eat sour cream and there's so many things that I love and like. And I'm honest about those.
I understand that.
I am not someone who believes that, well, it's not mean, it's honest. That's not what it is. It's not like, no, you look shit. There's tact and ways of saying things. But at the same time, I speak to her the same way I think she speaks to me, but definitely the way I want to be spoken to. Of just let me know. I only have so much awareness. Is this a thing? It's not like, ugh, you're disgusting. It's just, I don't necessarily love dresses like that. I don't know. I'm not the right guy to ask.
Okay. Can I give you my own example? Okay,
Yeah, okay.
Sorry. I don't know if I even said this on here, or I don't even know. But Rachel went to go get a haircut, and that was the word she used. She said, "I'm going to get my hair cut." Okay, she said haircut. But in my mind, when a woman goes to get her hair done, she's going to get her hair done, and when she comes back, I know. But when you hear, "I'm going to get," they're going to come back, and it's just going to be like, club ready.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so then she takes a picture. She FaceTimes me in the car. She's like, "How does this look?" Her hair was wet. Okay, and first thing I said was, "Is your hair wet?" All right, we get off the phone, and then she calls me back, and she says, "We're gonna have to break up because I need a boyfriend that when I ask how does my hair look, he says you look." Absolutely
I don't need
fabulous
that. I
and
don't want
gorgeous.
mine.
Okay, so that's all I'm saying. So what I'm saying is like it was just a moment. I'm saying it's not about being honest. It's not about like I'm saying for you, do you need that sometimes?
I need something else. I have like
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
this ain't even about you, Rick. You're doing everything you're supposed to do. I'm saying to her, where do you get that from and do you need it?
I don't need that. I feel like I know when I look good, I know when I look shit. You're not going to change that. What I do need for him, and I need from like my mom and stuff like that as well, is like, do you love me? Are we best friends? They're ones that, and I've had boyfriends that are like, today maybe, and sometimes he's a bit like that. So he's like, I don't want to say that, and I'm like, okay. But like I need that. It's more like connection, less do you like desire me? Am I what you want me to look like? Do I look good? But I know girls like that, and it is very important to them. In the same way, do you love me is important to me.
Yes, but Rachel even will say to me, sometimes she'll say, "Hey, how does this look? Be honest," So when she says that, I know that now I could be like 65% honest. I can't go 100, but she's letting me know that I could be like, you know what, the waist on that it's not flattering.
What I need for somebody to say is, how do I look in this? Lie. Like.
Why?
Well, I was just making a joke.
Oh, okay.
Boo. I don't.
Oranges.
But I don't have a. It's hard to know, and I'm speaking for myself because not that it's unique to me, but this is just my point of view. You don't know what people are thinking. You don't even necessarily. I don't even believe that what you say you necessarily know what you're thinking, right?
Yeah.
It's just there's a lot. There's my thoughts, subconscious to conscious. There's your thoughts, subconscious to conscious, and then the communication is here. And on a very clear day, when you guys see each other very well, it could get there, and there's still a little interference. But there's always this shit. So what is best for me is let's find the best way, not just in this conversation now to get to here, but to train our minds to understand that we just believe, we trust. You got to find tricks. You got to find ways of softening or, white lies here and there, I guess. But...
Can I say something? Yeah. Because I've had a similar experience, although I think it was more dramatic. I dated a boy who put on a lot of weight, and then he was like... very self-conscious about it, and to the point where we'd be out and everyone in London knew him, and they'd be like, "Oh my god, dude, you put on a lot of weight." Like they'd say shit to him. But so when we get home and he puts something on, he'd be like, "Have I put on weight? Like it doesn't feel like I've put on that much weight." And I did not know what to say, because I knew if I went the times where I was like, "You did, but like let's just start exercising," or something like that, he'd lose his mind. Like he'd be like in hysterics, not want to leave, like, and I didn't know what to do. And the other thing I would say was like, you can carry weight, you look really good, you barely notice it. Like if I put on weight, you'd notice it. And even that was like, you couldn't win. And I was like, am I supposed to just fucking blind lie to you and be like, no, you haven't at all, your clothes must have shrunk, like. And I never knew what to do, so I didn't know what to do with the lying stuff.
Well, it just depends on the situation. I mean, I guess because what I hear.
Should I get another mic? Seriously, should I get another mic?
Yeah, I think so. Because what I hear Rick talking about right now. Well, let me just stop because.
Yeah, why don't we? We'll be right back after. Fuck. Oh, I guess I could just snap again.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say. You understand how this could seem like nothing.
Yeah.
But
I get it.
I'm just picturing then having to sync two parts now, reframing this, moving over, adding a split screen for the first part for the two cameras. It's like, fuck me, if we only just did this. What do you mean don't worry about it? That's like saying, well, then don't ever go pee. It's like it's up to me. What?
Like you're... Oh, see, now I thought of something else, too. Thank you very much.
I feel like it's fine. I saw myself in the reflection.
You can't, come on.
By the way.
The lies.
Now, see, interesting because that's like, that's that thing. That's that like, I don't know.
No, I'm curious.
I just think that like, I think that one of your great traits is that, are we back?
No, we're already back. Got it.
One of your great traits is that, that you grew into this is like you're constantly dealing with, your how you want to react with other people. I think you're very conscious of like how, okay, people are going to react to me a certain way, so let me figure out how to like meet them in a certain way. I mean, and you do that, and I think that that's constantly making you evolve into like the person that you are. Because even with all this joking, everything we did, you made a joke, but it was the kind of thing that was like, that's still a nice thing to say.
Right.
Hey, you look beautiful right now. And within this context of this conversation makes it like what I was talking about, what we have to do sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And by the way, and it has nothing, like I said, this has nothing to do with you, your condition, or anything like that. I really was just asking.
Not a condition.
Right. I'm not.
Whatever.
I feel like I have to preface
Eric thinks it's a condition.
Boo!
I'm not super confident, so like I do need reassurance. But he does.
Here it is.
He does give reassurance. That's why I was wondering. Do you compliment Rachel out of the blue?
Yes,
or
yes,
no?
yes.
So she's probably getting it without realizing. She's
because I know it's like, but I've had to learn this by her reactions. What she'll say to me is like, I need attention. I need, and then if I say just randomly, like, oh, you look like this, and boom, 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 and the way her face lights up and the way she responds, I go, oh, you really needed that.
Wait.
Right.
I'm realizing that because we're in two different planes, I have to put us on autofocus. I just need to check something real quick.
Can we talk?
Yeah.
How long have you been together for?
About 4 years now we've known each other.
And she's still modeling, right?
No.
She's not anymore?
No.
Eric's like, she can't.
I wonder though.
Yeah.
So I modeled in
That was a
London.
joke.
We all I grew up with was models. Like we all grew up together. Now everyone has normal jobs and we're all doing that.
Yeah.
All the girls in our friendship group that grew up modeling are the most insecure.
Mm-hmm.
Still to this day. And we'll sit together. We'll have a group of like 10 girls and like 6 of us were modeling. All met each other at an agency. And all of us are so insecure compared to our other friends who never went through that. And like, it's got nothing to do with how anyone looks. And it's crazy to me. But I do wonder if every model I've always met is so fucking deeply insecure. And I'm like,
I mean, I get it. I mean, you're in a business where, you have to go to castings and you get told no, and and they're very rude sometimes.
Right.
Like, you're too skinny. You're too like,
Yeah.
why are you, you walk funny, just
Yeah.
very rude. These like fat casting directors who are like failed at whatever job they wanted to do. And now they're doing casting.
yeah.
Imagine some of them are good.
To feel some power.
Sometimes you meet really nice people doing it. I'm sure you do with auditions as well. And sometimes it's so cold that you're like, and they ask questions where you don't know what they mean. They're like, what are you? And you're like, what? And they're like, what? So are you like Spanish? Are you like, what's going on? And you're like, oh, like, what do you want me to be? Like, I don't know what you want
Flirting.
me to be. No, but
I'll be whatever you want me to be.
I do think it's different. And especially because you guys are going in for different reasons. You're not going in for just someone to take a photo of you.
Are you?
Yeah. That's funny how she just said that. She said that we're going in for different reasons. We're not going in as models.
No, we're not going to just have a picture taken of you. I do think it's different with like auditions for like commercials and stuff like that if you're a model.
Well, can I ask you something? The last time I was here, I remember having a conversation and you were just like deathly shy of doing this.
I hate doing this.
What changed?
No, nothing. I'm still hating it.
No,
I
don't think you're hating it. I think you're loving every second of this.
No. I now resign myself to the fact that I just won't look at this.
Oh, you just won't look at it?
She doesn't like it.
I hate it.
But you're doing a great job.
Thanks. But yeah, I'm really uncomfortable with it.
You're doing a really pretty job.
Thank you.
I also think, Betty, whether you're aware of this or not, I happen to have asked you to come on after you've put on your outdoor clothes. So like it's not like you're just walking around.
Oh yeah,
in a
he
place.
always asks me when I'm in like gross indoor clothes and like my
Gross
hair in
indoor
a bun.
clothes. Girls think, ugh, I'm embarrassed. Why were you wearing a t-shirt? It's like, what? How is that gross indoor clothes?
But you know what that is about? That's about like just having like really complete, like that we have different thought processes. And I just have, you learn to accept.
Yeah, look what we're wearing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Gross.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, I just learned, and then that's Rachel. She just, like.
But she's doing a podcast now, isn't she? She loves this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think so sometimes. Or
Yeah.
I think, no, you know what it really is?
Nobody loves us after 20 episodes,
You know
by
what
the
she
way.
told me? She said, I just like talking to you.
Oh.
She said, you never talk to me like this. She goes, I listen to your podcast because I learn things about you that you don't tell
Oh,
me.
that's really sweet.
Yeah, because I'm forced to talk to somebody for 90 minutes so I could sell a mattress. Relax.
Thank you. Helix mattress, by the way.
But is
Helix
she
Sleep.
loving?
.com/TYSO when he said his slash, put in my TYSO over it, but we can keep his lips going.
TYSO.
Does she love doing her podcast though? Because isn't she doing
no,
one on her own?
she just does it because she just thought she wanted to do it.
What were you just
But
doing?
she's doing
Were
it
you
with a
just-
friend, right?
Yeah, she
Fingering
was
her?
like, no, she's not doing it. They're not
she's
doing
not,
it.
right.
The girl came over and they were doing the thing in the
Just-
living room, and then I was like helping them, and I was like, okay, and then I haven't heard anything about it since. You know, it's
It
just
was
like, are
a
you kidding
school
me?
project for
You
a
know
day.
you're about
Yeah.
to see him number 1 on the charts in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I wish. I would love to like give up. I would stop doing Riffing with Griffin and I would be their Jamie.
Yeah, a call me daddy situation is all.
Oh
you
my
want.
god! Oh, don't
Yeah.
even get me started on that. You know how many my girl listens to so many of those podcasts,
I don't listen to those, but
and
I
they're
do
all
know.
the same. It's like, welcome to mommy, daddy. Here's mommy.
And all the like sexual stuff and like the fake names and stuff. I feel like has become something that Call Me Daddy is.
Well, that girl. I mean, hey, good for her. I like how she's doing it. It's like a vlog now. It's not even. She just carries like a phone around now, and she just holds it herself.
Yeah.
And she just goes.
I must say
everywhere.
the only video I've really watched through from start to beginning was when she did like an apartment tour. I was like, I'm so into knowing where that money's going and like what kind of apartment you can get when you're that fucking rich.
All right, so here's where I am wrong and flawed. But also, we're in episode number whatever the fuck, and this is what it is. I'm checking out. I'm checking out.
Of this
'Cause
conversation?
I'm checking out. I'm wrong,
What
but
do
it's
you want to
happening.
talk about?
I don't know, but this ain't it. This ain't it.
Well, I'm enjoying this.
That's
Yeah,
fine,
me
and that's
too.
fine, and that's fine. And I would love
Okay,
Betty would
but-
love to be a guest on Riffing with Griffin.
but let me anytime.
I'll tell you something.
I'll
I would.
just tell you stuff about
Anytime.
me.
Yeah, no. This is interesting though. Okay, so let's get back to it because this is what you know. This, you know what I mean. He's like a model.
Right.
You know what I
Subject
mean. Like,
matter.
Thank
you know what I
you.
mean. He's so like
Thank you.
he's so self-centered.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Hey, Rick. You know what I
Hey, Dad.
Oh, yes. You know what I love about this mattress?
Is it that it comes shipped delivered to the door in this box?
Come on, it's a king-size mattress. Normally, the last king-size mattress I had, it took 3 guys to take it up my steps, bring
Sounds
it
like a
into the
good
house.
Saturday night.
This is a great idea. I can't wait till we open it to see.
Do you think a
how
king mattress
comfortable
is
it
really in there? I don't believe there is. Mom, what do you think?
I think there's a king-size mattress in there, and I think they stuffed it in, and it's going to be fabulous.
You know what I say? A king size mattress for a queen. I almost called you a queen sized mom. For a queen mom.
I'm a queen-size mom.
You're a queen mom. You're the queen bee of our family.
My mom said that she didn't want to be in this because of the way she looked, and I said that we could blur her. So, Mom, give a little snap. Okay, now we've blurred her body, but her face is still there.
Rick, let's open this baby up. I can't wait to see what it looks like. Let's open this baby up. Let's open this baby up.
Let's open this baby up. This is
I
exciting.
feel like we need a drum roll. Oh, yeah.
Mom, if you could do that the whole time.
Okay. Look at this. This is so cool.
Drum roll. You know what? Teddy would love this because it's the size of a joint that he normally rolls. What a reveal we have
Wow,
here on
this
Take
is-
Your Shoes Off, folks.
I can't believe if this king-size mattress is in there, what a machaya. Oy. Wow. Wow, look at that. Look at how
Now
beautifully
that's a
wrapped that
mattress.
is. Oh, it even comes with an entire book to read before you go to sleep at night.
Go to helixsleep.com/TYSO for $200 off and 2 free pillows. I said that.
Everybody's unique, and Helix knows that. Oy, I can't read it. So that I can't read it. Never mind.
Go to helixsleep.com
I took the Helix quiz,
for up
and I
to
was matched with the-
$200 off
Mattress, because I
and
wanted something
2
that
free
felt.
pillows.
Oh, woo! Look at it. Wow, what a groovy mattress. Wow, look at it. So thick. Wow. Whoa.
Look at this. Look
this
at
is beautiful.
this.
Wow, this is beautiful.
I've always wanted to do this.
This is. Wow, is it nice?
Let me tell you something. This mattress could break up my family because I'm only going to sleep down here from now on.
This is very comfortable.
Oh, my goodness.
So they have different mattresses you could get. We picked the one where I'm a back sleeper, so it's a little bit more firm. And you go to helixsleep.com/TYSO to take the sleep quiz. Say you sleep on your back, your side, firm, hard, cold, hot, whatever it is. It takes about a minute to finish the quiz. They'll recommend the mattress.
Oh, my goodness.
Go to helixsleep.com for up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows.
Go to helixsleep.com/TYSO for up to $200 off and 2 free pillows. And don't boo-boo on those 2 free pillows. They're great pillows, and they're well worth it. We may leave it down here. Who needs a sofa in the living room? We'll just have a bed. Look, a little pillow with one of my 2 free pillows. It'll prop me up and I can watch TV.
We could do a love it and
This
have all
is the best.
Come on, that's nice.
Oh, man.
I'm new to wireless earbuds. In fact, I've never owned a pair of wireless earbuds until my Raycons.
That's true. I know it.
And I was shocked after being in a box for over a week. They still had a good charge on them.
I'll tell you something else about those Raycon wireless earbuds. Most earbuds come in your standard black and white, but Raycon comes in a variety of cool colors.
I'm not going to pretend I'm not a tech guy, because I am a tech guy. But I was surprised at how easy they were. I opened them up, put them in my ear. Oh, it says power on now. It just says power on. I was going to say you had to push, but maybe I only do that the first time. It just knows.
They're so easy to use. Plus, I'm going to tell you something else.
Yeah.
Next time you, Mom, and I decide to fly to Australia, we won't even have to recharge our earbuds because they have a 24-hour battery life. You heard it. 24 hours. Whose earbuds last 24 hours? I'll tell you who. Raycon.
It's good. So listen up. Raycon's offering 15% off all their products to my listeners, and here's what you got to do to get it.
Go to raycon.com/TYSO for 15% off your entire Raycon order. Plus, get 2 free pillows. I'm only kidding about the pillows, but these are such a good deal, you're going to grab a pair and a spare.
That's 15% off at buyraycon.com/TYSO. Buyraycon.com/TYSO for 15% off your entire order. What are we, twins? What am I going to do now?
So let's get back to Rick. Okay, so this is interesting.
Is it?
Yeah, you found each other in a weird way. You were open to the weirdness of whatever not weird, it was different.
Right.
It wasn't like normal guys. Because I'm sure you get hit up all the time. It's like, hey, send me a pic. I'm sure it was like a lot of nonsense going on in your DMs.
Right.
And here's a guy sending you umbrellas. Okay. And then he gets on the phone with you right away. And when you start talking to him, he's instantly, I'm sure you were taken aback by like his like
Quickness and charisma.
Okay.
Put a mustache on him there.
that it was like a lot of like
Take it off.
The jokes were coming in a way that you were kind of like, oh, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah, we're on the phone and I'm going, hey, Betty, so how is England over there? And you're like, what was that?
No,
We're back.
He was bonkers, but he was very
Bonkers, right?
consistent. So
Consistently
he was consistent,
bonkers.
Yeah, and very consistent with his communication. So
Okay,
I was
so-
like, oh, you're not going
Okay,
anywhere.
so cutting through that,
But I want to say what
no
we were
matter-
talking about before. Continue, but we didn't get to about the autism thing.
we're gonna get there. I'm getting there.
Yeah, he's getting
Oh, there's one thing. Linearly, this happened before I met her. I tried once to tell somebody that didn't know me, that I didn't know for a while, hey, I have autism, just to like kind of get it out of. What?
A girl that you were kind of just talking to. It was the same situation, basically.
Yeah, we were
just
talking
before
on.
me.
We were not in the same state at the time. She was going to maybe come home, and we were going to meet for the first time when she was going to come visit me at Thanksgiving at my parents' house, and we were going to like pretend that we've been dating for a while and have like this ruse. But beforehand, I'm like, well, we got to FaceTime. I got to talk to you. And she was telling me a little bit about her sister and some learning disabilities and some things that I related to, special classes, where I'm like, and it ended up, I have autism, you know, like, and I ended up telling her, and then she responded in a way where it was very, it just felt like I wasn't doing this in a way of like saying,
Was it like, oh?
no, it was
like
this, it was,
sincere.
oh, it's okay, everything's okay.
It was like a kindergarten
And I was
teacher.
like,
I know you didn't like that.
Oh, and also I probably, I also did whatever I did wrong. But right at that moment, we were like really connected and things were fun. And then it went like this. And I don't know if this is what it was, but I made this rule for myself. I revealed the autism too soon. I feel like that's a Seinfeld episode.
This is very interesting, and this makes me want to ask you guys a question about something that I was having a conversation with.
It's more than above
other people.
average.
Isn't above average here to the moon?
Yes, technically, but if you're 8 feet tall and someone says how tall is he, you don't go he's above average.
What do you say?
Go black and white right now while they're talking about his dick. Go.
The editor's
what would you
doing it,
say?
and he's going like, "There's no
It
intention
feels-
behind this.
it feels-
We're back, but show his nipples.
No, it feels crude to be like, Rick's got a giant penis. Like,
Take out the it feels crude too.
Rick's got a giant penis.
Continue.
Okay, carry on.
So you revealed the autism too soon.
I think that's what the problem was.
I don't think so. I think she.
I don't think that's necessarily what it was.
Well, that's when the conversation. Right then, the conversation was going like this, and then it went for better or worse.
I think she's been taught to respond a certain way when someone tells them they don't
And that's
act
the problem.
typically.
Well, there's a lot of ignorance about what autism really
Yes.
is. That there's just ignorance about it, and anytime there's like some sort of like what would you even call it?
I think people.
It's not a condition. It's not a mental defect. It's not a what is it? You know what I mean? Like what is the what would you?
It might. You know what I mean? I might be ignorant. I was just busting your balls. It's maybe a condition. I think you're supposed to say technically it's a disorder.
A disorder.
Yeah.
But what I'm
Autism
saying,
spectrum
But what
disorder.
I'm saying though is like, say you meet someone and she's like, she's a dancer and she's telling you like, I like to dance and I like to go dancing, and you're like, well, I actually have a club foot, so I can't.
But that could be confusing. Does that
But
mean you
when-
only like to dance at the club?
No, see, I'll say I think it's got.
Hold on, Betty. Let me get my laugh. It's been a while. You look great.
That's actually the first time I think I've laughed at one of your
you
stupid jokes.
you said
your
on the
podcast.
phone the other
You got
day.
me with that one. You actually got me with that one. That's mark the date. That's like we should
Show a montage of all time Eric
yeah.
laughs.
And it's for me going like this. That was a good one. But you know what I'm saying though? So like at what point do you like, so it's all about context. So what I'm saying is that situation you just said, here's a girl who dealt with a sister who had some sort of like disorder. You said that, so she's treated her sister like this her whole life. So she felt like I need to treat you like this, and you took offense to that because
I wasn't offended. It just it was no longer. We were no longer. It didn't feel to me that we were both speaking honestly. It felt like
now
she
you
was
weren't
speaking to
flirting
me
anymore.
in a way she felt that I needed her to speak to
Yeah.
me, and the tools I had to try and like stop that didn't really like. No, it's fine. It's fine. Like I'm great.
No.
The difference being that
Go ahead.
because I had researched it so much before, because I was trying to help my friend with this diagnosis of being like, listen.
This is just great timing. Is what happened here.
Well, what had happened was I knew enough that it
Club
may
foot.
instead of when she found out, she understood him less. When I found out, I understood him more.
Maybe.
Because I was like, and I remember saying to you immediately after, going like, oh, I've researched it a lot. One of my friends, I think, may also be on the spectrum somewhere. And then I remember saying to you like, what parts of autism do you identify with most? Like, which part of it?
Can I also? It doesn't matter, but and it might be. It might be funny to say. It's something that I noticed.
What?
This is about that girl.
Yeah.
Two things happened when we kind of went like this. The first thing was immediately that conversation, and I noticed this, and maybe I'm making this up. This was years ago. It's okay. I noticed that we were still like she was still interacting with my social, like looking at my Insta stories and stuff like that. And a few days after the we'll call it the what would you call it? The dropping autism too soon.
Autism reveal. Yeah.
The big drop.
When you get diagnosed, just you gotta know 2 weeks before you let people know. There was there was something that doesn't bother me, but I always notice with social media that I feel is very tacky. People post when it's somebody's birthday if they have a lot of followers.
Right.
Okay, this is unrelated to that. This is a side thing. I'm watching people being like, oh, we're both friends with Adam Devine. Everybody will say happy birthday, Adam, with a picture with Adam Devine. But nobody does it with, people who don't have many followers. Yeah. Or, like, oh, it's John Mayer's birthday or whatever the fuck. It's like people will do that. And it's just like nobody's doing it. It's Bill
Bucket from
Buckert's
the corner,
birthday. Nobody does that except for, I got to say, Lamorne does that. Lamorne, you tell people whose birthdays we're not clicking on their page. I don't care. All right, but
It's a lot of who?
Yeah, Lamorne's always like, yo, big shout out to John Bullshit. So you go and it's like 231 followers, and he just, he's not even above average. You're like, I don't know. But so I saw this, and one of my friends did it, and it was one of a friend who was close enough to where like, if all the stars were aligned, I would say, hey, this comes across as pretty tacky. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't do that to him because I didn't feel it. So instead, I overcompensated. And I went through my pictures of anybody who I'm a picture with who's a celebrity. Could be a friend of mine. It could be someone. I met Kevin Durant once at a hotel. I have a picture with him. I just did like 20 stories of me with a celebrity. And each one I wrote, happy birthday, so-and-so, happy birthday. Very much a joke. Now, I may have just made this up, because, in the moment you're talking to somebody, you're excited. You think, oh, what did I do wrong? It was I did notice that she looked at the first like 5 of those and not the rest of them, and never again looked at an Insta story. So I thought, did she feel the way I feel about celebrities?
Right.
And she muted me. But she's like, oh, he's just pictures with Kevin Durant. How tacky. I'm like, I was making fun of him. But
Well, I will reframe that. You can cut this out. I'm not going to say any names.
Then don't
No,
say
no,
anything.
no, no, no.
Then don't even say it.
But I'm saying
we're not cutting out.
she's
'cause
in the industry, so maybe she thought that you liked her for reasons that you shouldn't have. That's the only reason.
I never met her. I don't know. I just thought she was pretty.
Yeah, but
And
I'm saying
we were
she
laughing
knows
until
who she
found
is.
out.
So she may go, oh, he's only interested in celebrities.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Whether they're industry or not, it's still tacky.
Yes, but when you are then a celebrity and someone's pursuing you, you're like, okay, you obviously like me for this reason
Whatever.
and nothing
I'm a
else.
celebrity.
Well.
No, it's okay. Eric checked out?
Yeah, I'm
He
checked
just
out.
did to camera, just like a Arrested Development.
But
Well, that was my office moment.
Yeah.
I just had to be fair. I want to be like, I don't know if it was just the autism. It might have also been too many pictures with Kevin Durant.
No, but I'm saying, like, you know, revealing that kind of stuff too soon is like I don't know what is right or not, because I was having, I'm gonna bring this up on here. I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine. I'm not even gonna mention
I know
his
who it
names
is.
or whatever. You don't know.
Tell me if this is right.
No.
All right.
And something came up about there was this social media person who got in trouble because he was like, there's a transgender woman who's like on Tinder, kind of famous,
Right.
and doesn't tell anybody.
Right.
Doesn't tell anybody. Okay, and then they go, you know, and then my friend was just saying that she's transgender.
trans.
So my friend goes, he's like, you know, you got to tell me, you got to know. And I was saying to him, I said, hey man, I don't think you should say that out loud.
Right.
Because
Could you push that a little over? There.
With this?
Yeah, not so much on that. In the
Right.
center. Put on this one.
Right. You said,
I don't think you should say that, because what you're saying, because I said to him, because the point I'm trying to make is like, at what point in a relationship would you want to know that, say, a natural born woman couldn't have kids?
so I've been in this situation. My friend is trans, and she would go on dates with you, meet people out in London, go back to their house, not sleep with them. She was pre-op.
Mm-hmm.
So she had a
And-
penis at the time. Mm-hmm. Was it
And-
above average?
And I remember saying to
But
her,
this is different what you're saying now, but yeah.
But I remember having a conversation
Eric
with
doesn't
her.
like this.
Oh
No,
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 she
no,
was
I-
post-op. No, sorry, she was post-op, and she's sleeping
matter.
with them. And I remember saying, we were having a conversation, and she was dating someone, and I said, "Does he know?" And she said, "No, I don't tell anyone." And I said, "Okay." And then we were having a conversation, and I remember being like, "I'm sorry, this feeling is coming up where I'm suddenly worried about your safety now. That if you do tell someone," because she used to get drunk and blah, 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 and she would talk to all of us about it. It was very open. And I said, and you date the wrong type of guy and go home with him, and then accidentally it comes out, or a friend tells him, what the fuck is going to happen if you're alone at his house? And he gets it, because men can get really angry in those situations if they're a certain type of man. And I remember being like to her, is this a really insensitive conversation? Like, I feel worried about you now. And she was like, I've had conversations with my other friends about this, and everyone thinks it's the wrong thing to do. And everyone kept telling her, you have to tell people straight off the bat. And I was like, I don't think that's the case.
I don't think that's the case
No.
either, because there are certain things. That's my point I'm trying to make is
Right.
there's a litany of things that you would go, is this a first date conversation?
Yeah, but I have a thought, and this is admittingly, and we had this conversation once on a podcast together where, like, I don't know, I'm not educated. I don't know if what I'm saying comes across as blah, 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 blah. This is just the truth, and I'm willing to learn, but here it is. There are certain, we all have to be careful with the assumptions we make, and the things we project and the blanks we fill in. Sure, but there are certain assumptions that are made by both parties, right? And if a transgender woman is aware of the fact that you think that I am not this, like, it just feels like you're not on the same page.
Yeah, but see, it's very.
What if you have an STD? And you don't want the person to know.
This is what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is like, at what point do you tell someone you have autism?
Right.
At what time do you tell someone you have herpes?
At what
point do you tell someone that, like, let's say
you're infertile?
Yeah, you're infertile.
Right.
At what point do you tell someone that? So what I'm saying is, how is trans different from these things?
I think before. Please, I think I have a great. I hear you. And it's case by case. I think that the time that you talk about the infertility thing is probably a time we were just watching an episode of Sex and the City with us. Now, it depends on where you are in life. Listen, I know we're new in the relationship, but I'm 38 years old. It's case by case. But I will say this. Changing your genitalia is by definition a sexual thing. It's not only a sexual thing, but you're changing sexual parts. What's it called? Organs or whatever the fuck. So if you're going to have sex with somebody with something that has changed like that, I think they have a right to know.
Right. Well,
so should she say, like, I've got some,
that's only
I just got rejuvenated. So
if I bet you people with a micro dick, before they reveal the micro dick,
they don't.
And they're wrong.
I know so many girlfriends that have been in a situation, they'd be like,
yeah,
it was this big.
You know why? You know why?
No warning.
You know why? Because they fear if they say it's this big, then they won't sleep with them, and that's manipulation.
Yes, but also those trans women are afraid if they tell you, you won't be interested in them. And that's the ultimate rejection for rejecting them.
Yeah, and that's why it's complex. I don't think there's a necessarily right and a wrong. I just know how I would want to be treated.
So this friend then ended
up... but can I just... I'm sorry.
Right, go.
Because I have to jump on what he just said.
Please.
Because the thing is then... What's important to realize is how we could be coming across when we talk about this.
Yeah.
Is that we're saying, I have a problem having sex with someone that used to be a man.
I have a problem having sex with somebody who I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
I mean, I don't even
know, but we don't know what's going on anyway. In terms of what I'm saying is, how is it any different from, like I said, the person, like if you're somebody that's dating someone because you're like, I want to have a future. I'm trying to.
But
settle.
I'm never dating somebody
Rick.
just for these.
No. Let me finish.
Beautiful reasons.
If you're saying like, no, there are stages in your life where you're like, you know what, I'm tired of fucking around and I want to get serious.
Yeah.
Then I think learning about that a person can't have kids is, if that's your goal,
right.
that's important to find out within the first few dates.
Yes.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying.
Depending on your age, but yes.
Yeah. Depending on you. So what I'm saying is like, if it all depends on what you feel about this. If these people are saying to themselves, hey, I am a woman. Okay. I've always been a woman. I just was born differently.
Right.
And now I've come home to who I am.
Right.
Why do they have to reveal that?
They don't.
I'm going to say,
please.
I think this. Can I just go quickly?
Let her go.
I think this is more about men than it is about women. If I slept with
agree.
a trans the other way, a guy, and then he said, listen, I used to be a female, I would not question my sexuality, and I wouldn't be like, oh, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be fucked off about it.
But it's not just
I do think a lot of men would question their sexuality.
It's not just about questioning sexuality. Here's what it is. I agree with that. You tell me on your terms and your time. However, if we are going to sleep together under false pretenses for whatever that might mean.
How's it false pretenses? So explain
because
that.
you know I am assuming something for right or wrong. You know that I think this thing and you don't know how it would make me feel otherwise. That's manipulation. If you think that I wouldn't sleep with you if I knew this blank and you're still withholding that information, what my thought is, then don't sleep with me yet. Let's take it slow. Let's go a week, a month, 2 months. But before you sleep with me under false pretenses, where you know if I knew this, things might be different, you have a responsibility, we have a responsibility to each other to not sleep with each other yet. Because sleeping with each other, and I'm a guy, and guys will fuck, blah, 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 blah. And I've talked about this on this podcast, I thought I had erectile dysfunction for a while, and maybe still do when I get lucky. But I can't sleep with people until I get to know them a little bit. I couldn't get hard. I need to get to know somebody. And if I don't know, and if you know that I would want to know this information, why are you lying to me? Why aren't you not telling? You don't need to tell me today, but don't sleep with me yet. We'll be right back after a word from Marshall Rug Gallery. If you're looking for just the right flooring, you need choices. And at Marshall Carpet One, you'll find thousands of choices, including carpet, hardwood, rugs, and luxury vinyl. So make the right choice and visit Marshall Carpet One and Rug Gallery.
And we promise, with more than 50 years as a family-owned business, we've got you covered!
But okay, I hear what you're saying, Rick. It's just I just feel like this is in line with a lot of other things.
Sure.
I think it's in line with like what you're saying about like at what point do you tell someone that you're autistic? At what point do you tell someone again that you have herpes? Or at what point do you tell someone So like I don't think it's the same that if I have a one night stand with someone and you don't tell them you have a STD, right. I don't think that's the same as hey, you have a one night stand with someone and you go and you're trans.
Of course, it's not the same.
Oh, I'd be more upset about the STD.
Yeah, of course.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Well, it depends
I was
where
going to say, maybe your perspective is that
and
because
it was just a blowjob.
Because the worst you could be is upset. Like the worst you would be if a girl said to you, listen, if I turn around and said, listen, I was actually born a male, you'd be like, I'm fucking upset with you. Whereas I think there are a lot of guys that would be really angry.
Yeah, I would be angry.
You wouldn't beat someone up though, which
I
happens
wouldn't beat
a lot.
somebody up if
right.
I slept with. I have gotten an STD before. I knew who gave it to me. I didn't beat him up. These things are based on belief, and everybody's different. And I'm not going to get into right and wrong because I don't believe there is one. I definitely don't know. But I will say that everyone is allowed to have their belief, right? If I only want to be with a Jewish person, which is, is 2021, it's not the case. But if that were the case, and you were to walk out of temple when we met, but you were there for somebody else, right? And you represented yourself.
Such a Larry David.
You represented yourself. You wear a Star of David, Star of Larry David. You know that I believe
Careful.
You're. What?
Careful what you're doing right now.
Why?
This is a slippery slope of like.
Why?
Because it's not the same.
No, it's not the same.
It's not the same because if you tell yourself this would be like saying I was born Catholic, but I'm really a Jew on the inside, and I've always been a Jew.
No, I'm not. It's not.
I didn't officially become Jewish, but I'm Jewish. It's not the same as like this is a complete falsehood.
Eric, it's not. I'm not saying it's a direct analogy. I'm talking about when you are not being honest with somebody, when they assume something of you. By the way, you could convert to Judaism. I think it's actually a better. You could be born Catholic and decide that's not who I am and convert to Judaism. What I'm just saying is, if I only wanted to sleep with a Jewish person, which is not the, whatever your moral things are, if that's my thing, and you know that, okay, and you represent yourself as a Jewish person, and then after we sleep together, you tell me, I would say, why wouldn't you tell me before? I would have at least been able to make the decision to sleep with you.
Well, I don't quite think it's the same thing because, again, if a person has decided they know in their self that I am a woman, they don't have to tell you because they are a woman.
I don't,
that's how they feel.
And I can't say that's wrong. I don't understand. I can't empathize with that. I don't know.
Right. So what I'm saying is,
I don't lie about anything.
But what I'm saying is, it's not a lie.
No.
To them, it's their truth.
No, it's not a lie that they're a woman. That's not the argument.
Uh-huh.
It's withholding information of the transition that in this world at this time when it's clearly not fully understood and accepted by the masses, to not let the person know, by the way,
would you be upset if someone got their breasts done and didn't tell you?
I think that's a much smaller. There's a lawsuit. Do you know about this? There's a husband and wife where they got divorced. The husband, and this is ridiculous, and I'm not on anybody's side here with this, but he sued and won against his ex-wife because she had so much stuff done, and their children, and they showed pictures like their children are like.
Children came out not good looking, and she was a very good looking woman only because she'd had surgery.
And she didn't. And I'm not saying that that's okay.
I've
it's
seen
just
that
a wild
family
story.
photo. Yeah,
I get it.
If there was
He sued because his kids are ugly.
Yes.
Yeah, and won.
His kids won because his kids came out.
Wait, but what I want to know is like, did he have to bring the kids into court? Do you see how fucking ugly my kid is?
No,
it might not have been ugly as much as like the nose isn't accurate. And,
it was deception. Yeah, they had very large noses and ears and stuff, and the wife was
Betty.
was like beautiful and like she was like a Barbie.
Not as beautiful as you.
Thank you. But yeah, and the kids were like little Dumbo ears. They were really cute. But yeah, he won with all these.
It's unfortunate that I have to say this.
Damn, that's how scarring that is to the kids.
That's what I think.
It's horrible.
I mean, maybe they're.
I mean, that's the worst thing I've ever heard. So now they're gonna grow up and be like, yeah, the money that they got was, we got this, we won this.
I'm curious
because we're ugly.
I wonder what kind of your mama jokes that could have like such a layer to it. Your mama's so ugly that her husband didn't even know it, and it skipped a generation. I don't know. I'm not a comedian. I think that all the examples of these things, the point is, because the trans isn't a specific version of this. All of these things is this. If you think something about me that I know is not exactly the way it is, and I believe that if you had a piece of information that doesn't mean this was a lie, but that connects dots to give full context, and this may make you not want to sleep with me, which I could think you're a horrible person, that's wrong, you're in the Stone Age, whatever the bullshit might be, I have a responsibility to say, before we sleep together, which is a very intimate, personal, honest, connected thing, we should have context of what we're talking about, especially if you're only not telling them because you feel that might change their mind. That's manipulation to me.
I've dated a guy that came across very successful and like very in London, like he was doing really well for himself and blah, blah, blah. And then I came to find out after dating him for quite a long time, he was living at home. It wasn't his car, blah, blah, blah. He didn't have a job. And I do remember feeling like, you fucking conned me. Like, I don't know
I thought you were rich when we were starting.
I don't know if I would have dated him.
I thought the same thing about Rachel.
Did you?
Yeah. Okay. It's not wrong that a part of the attraction was that he was successful.
Agreed.
That there's nothing wrong with the fact that
I stayed with him.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong that I thought you were successful. That was a part of the attraction, and so you lied about that, and so now
He also lied about his age, which I thought was weird.
That's another thing.
Weird.
I thought that was really weird.
Before you sleep with
Was
somebody,
he younger or older?
He aged himself up, and I remember being like, "That's weird." Because then then we were together for his birthday, and he's like, "I have to tell you something. I'm not the age you think I'm turning." And I was like, "Oh," I was like, "That's weird."
You need to be honest with people. And if you're not, you need to at least be honest with people before you sleep with them.
Okay, all right, I get what you're saying, but there is a gray area here.
Absolutely.
There's a middle ground here that what we're talking about is timing. So what I'm saying is like,
don't sleep with them too quick.
Okay, so that's the thing right there. So if you're talking about like at what point do you sleep with someone? All right, but what I'm saying is this. You're out at the club. This is a one-night stand situation. You are into one-night stands. You know what it is. You're never going to talk to this person again. What does it matter then?
Yeah, you know what? That's if a tree falls in the woods, does it matter if it's a guy or a girl? I hear you. I get that. And whatever. You know what you do need when you're having sex? At least what I think you need? Honesty and connection. Ugh. And you know what the best place to have sex is? On a Helix mattress. If you go to www.helixmattress, what is it? helixsleep.com/TYSO. Hey, listen, Helix is fantastic, and I need people to support us. I don't even know if this episode is sponsored by Helix, but here's a little free plug. Buy a fucking mattress from Helix.
It actually, honestly, you remember what I said that I did? I am sleeping on my Helix.
Yeah.
And I was having back pain before. Gone.
So you're telling me you could just go online and take a sleep quiz it's probably less than a minute?
Yeah, it's like eHarmony for your mattress. It's like going on Tinder and like matching up with the right mattress, and then next thing you know, you get the one for you. Because I'm a side sleeper, so it's got to be soft because my shoulder will hurt.
I watched What Women Want not too long ago, and there's a beautiful. Do you remember that movie with Mel Gibson?
Yeah.
How could you forget? Nancy Meyers, Mel Gibson. I'm in. And they do this Nike commercial. It's Nike for women, and they show just it's probably 5 a.m. The sun's just coming up, and there's a pair of shoes running, and Mel Gibson does a voiceover, and it's like the road doesn't care if you're wearing makeup. The road doesn't care if you whatever if you haven't seen the road in an hour or in a day. It doesn't matter. The only thing the road doesn't care, what you look like. The only thing the road cares about is you stop by and say hello every now and then. Nike, no games, just sports. And it's like, that's what Helix is. A Helix mattress doesn't care if you're above average penis size or if you're heavy or if you're light, if you're a side sleeper. The only thing Helix mattress cares about is you being honest with them and telling them how you sleep so they could help you be the most comfortable.
Yeah, because Rick is saying, don't lie to me and tell me that
you're a side sleeper.
You're a side sleeper.
Which is fine. It's okay to be a side sleeper. Some of my best friends are side sleepers.
Yeah, but I took you to the side sleeper mattress and then...
And then later you're going to complain and say Helix doesn't do well, but no, you didn't pick the right mattress. This isn't a complete analogy. This is more about the Jewish one.
Yeah. But anyways, so... Why are you with Rick?
Everything else is good.
Why'd you stay? Because this is obviously a lot, right? Like at what point, like...
Wait, what is this?
Was there a moment that the OCD and the autism, is there moments where you go...
Could I say something? I have to say something, and this isn't me being politically correct, although maybe I am, but I really mean this. I don't want to categorize my difficult traits because of autism, because that's not what it is.
I'm not. I had them all separately.
The autism makes things a little bit more this, and coincidentally, I happen to be this way. So
that's what I'm saying. So it's a lot, but it's extra.
Yeah, but I just feel like it makes it sound like autism is difficult.
You're like trans with herpes,
which is fine. But it's the OCD. That causes a problem.
But you have to remember, Rick does not have OCD that much outside of his environment. So, like, at my place in London, he's great. He's, like, laissez-faire.
No, he's just dealing.
No,
there's a part of him that he's like, why is that lamp there?
No, that's okay. When I was younger...
Like, you must go in her kitchen and just go...
No, her kitchen... If she kept my kitchen the way she keeps her kitchen...
is a monster.
No, she's very clean.
My house is very
It's not
clean.
like I'm OCD and she's a mess. It's not that. It's... But also...
But a mess to you could just be... This should be...
Yeah,
here.
it's not about a mess. It's just... That's too close to the edge.
Order. It's all about order.
Yeah, but I will say that... what were the OCD thing? What were we talking about?
Are you difficult?
Yeah. In the house, it used to be everywhere. I've gotten to a place where I think there's pros and cons. I think it's good that I can't control everything. Let me at least control my living area. Let me control my.
It makes sense.
And then it's very concentrated in here.
Yeah, because when you go outside of this place, you have no control of anything. It's like where I pay to live. My fucking...
Stay on the blanket.
The peanut butter is going to be where the fuck I want the peanut butter.
It's funny that you say this. We talked about this in the car once. I remember you gave me a great idea that I should do my special. If it's all OCD material, I should do my special where the whole audience is just OCD people, which is how clubs are now anyway. There's a sanitizer everywhere. But I remember I went on a rant with you in the car, and you were laughing so hard. It made me feel so good. Because I was like talking about some of the challenges Betty and I have, and this is my fault, but I don't know how to deal with it. Sometimes Betty, blah, blah, blah. But one of the things that I think you'll relate to, and where some people will be like, who cares? But I think you'll get this is a microcosm of it. I come downstairs. We both clean. Everyone, she's great. You're beautiful. Everyone cleans. This is, one thing's a certain way. The night before, or earlier that day or the night before, there was stuff on the counters. Nobody's fault. It just is what it is. And I came down, and it's beautiful. It's like, Betty, thank you so much for cleaning up. And then for the next day, I'm finding things. Like, I'm in the spice cabinet, and there's taco shells. And it's like she put everything in the wrong...
And you just go, oof.
Yeah.
I am annoying that my mum will say, I don't screw lids on stuff. I
don't even close
I just,
them.
like, put the lid on and throw it back in. I don't know why. It's
stuff
like
knocks
I'm
over
always,
and there's
I'm
salt.
always doing stuff quickly.
The oil has a little oil ring at the bottom, so every time you pick it up, you have to read it,
Yeah.
It's terrible. That is a bad trait. But...
The orange juice has this much left.
We're
so
fine
just finish it.
until it gets... Rick, I have noticed when he's stressed about something, will start to like crane his neck and like look for stuff that you're doing.
Yeah, he can't.
And I'm like,
he doesn't.
I know you're upset. So like,
you get revved up.
So he'll follow me around. He'll follow me around the house and be like,
I knew the day you called me about the ATM thing.
Yeah,
it was like you were at like level 12. Like you were just ready to fucking.
Oh no, I wasn't.
Disinfect the kitchen and.
When I was calling because before I did the live show, I was having all those technical issues, and Eric does streaming a lot, so I was calling and it's just. Yeah, that was not 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he's like in the dumps about something, he'll follow me around and be like, "Why are you putting? What are you?" And you're like, "Get out of my space."
And you're right. It's tough. It's because when Betty's over there and I'm here, I know the oil's getting on the bottom of the thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I heard the lettuce drop, and she didn't even see it. And it's just like, it's tough. It's got to be tough.
Because
I know it's got to be tough.
I sandwich my day with cleaning. I clean in the morning, and then whatever happens fucking in the day, let it happen, and then I clean in the evening.
Yeah, but I clean all in between.
Is there something about that is a part of the relationship for you? Like, what does it do for you? Is it like giving you a task? Is it like keeping you on track? Like what about
It's
this?
just an obstacle.
No, the cleaning
She
I
has
do
to deal with
anyway.
it.
Can she answer?
When I'm on my own, I do that anyway.
I'm
but
not talking about the cleaning. I'm talking about how it is for the interaction of your relationship. Like, how is that a part of like, this is what it is to be in the relationship with this man, and what does that do for you?
Or to you.
A lot of unless I'm very tired or something's going on, it's funny how neurotic he is to me. Like, he's like a little shaking chihuahua. Like, it makes me laugh. And like, when I talk to my friends about it, it makes me laugh because
I told my therapist that the other day.
yeah, there's so much about, like, even when he's scared and stuff, it's so funny to me because he's like a little caricature. So it's not as real, I don't think.
She laughs a lot at things that I also could see the funny in, but if the person opposite me didn't, then it's like it makes.
Well, not in the moment.
In the moment, no, it's beautiful.
moment,
It
I'll
helps me
start
out so
laughing.
much when I'm like, when I say, Betty, it's on the edge. Instead of being like, fuck already, you're so difficult, she'll laugh because she sees it as a character trait of some guy. I'm so lucky.
I was just about to say, I totally get that, because it was like, I knew I needed to go into comedy because my getting angry at things or how I am in moments and people are laughing.
There's a way of using it for good.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, because I'm mad. You understand? Like, I'm furious right now, and these people are laughing at me, and I was like, okay, this. It was just one other check mark to be like, well, I need to go do the comedy.
So this is while you're teaching. Do you go? I don't think I know this about you. Did you quit teaching and go to comedy, or are you doing both?
No. I quit. I had to quit.
But wait, Rachel doesn't mind your anger stuff?
Oh, she does all the time. She always tells me like, she's like, your anger management issues, but
it doesn't really
pays the bills.
affect her in the way his stuff doesn't really affect me.
No, I think it does affect her, and
really?
what it does, because of her, in the same way that Rick isn't the neurotic monster that he was 4 years ago because of you, and it is because of you.
Right.
I am trying to be less like, because my problem is I'll have a reaction. Like, if I'm trying to do this, and it doesn't screw, I might be like, fuck, what the hell is going on with this thing? And then Rachel goes, why are you so upset about that right now?
Look at a YouTube tutorial.
And then in my moment, I'm saying in my moment, I'll say to myself, you know what, she's actually right. I mean, why am I so upset? Let me just figure this out. I don't need to have that reaction. But part of me is always like, I'm always like on stage,
Right.
So I have to just like, because it does affect her. Like, we're in the car and she'll be like, you're road rage. But it's like, but here's the thing though, my road rage might be like, I'm driving and somebody does something, I just go, look at this stupid, just like this level.
Right.
That was dumb. Road rage, and I'm like, if you think that's road rage, but it doesn't matter that what her level is and my level, it doesn't matter, because I need to compromise with her. So I need to come down for her and she needs to come up for me, and that's just about being in a relationship. But I understand what you're saying, and I appreciate it is something special to find someone that gets you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
you know what I mean?
what's Rachel's like version of anger? Like, what's her thing?
Oh, well, she doesn't get she gets emotional.
She gets emotional, right?
You know what I
Is
mean?
it passive aggressive or is it full on emotional?
Sometimes it's very passive aggressive.
Right.
Like, I know, like, or she'll make things up just to prove a point. Like I remember this is a funny thing, and she's gonna hate me for this, but we moved into the new place.
Do you want us to? Well, for this part, we'll kind of change the lighting so your face is kind of blacked out.
Yeah,
and we'll also
change my voice too.
We'll change your voice. We'll be right
do
back.
that
Actually,
voice anyway.
Eric, thank you for coming.
No,
We just have a special guest to tell a story about his girlfriend.
So we move into this new place, and now I got 3 bedrooms. Okay.
Okay.
And now I have my office, and then she wants the other room to be her yoga room.
Right.
Okay. This can be my yoga room. So when we first move in, I got a bunch of stuff in that room, just because we haven't settled yet.
Moving stuff, just
Moving.
boxes
We're
and
still
shit. Yeah.
moving and stuff. So
It's
I
a
come-
storage unit.
I
yeah.
come in, she's dragging things out of this room, crying like, "This is my yoga room, and you have all your stuff in it." And she's just going on and on and on, right? So and she's just furious with me. You have your own room, and now so I clear it out. Like that night, I just clear it out, put stuff in the closets, and then But then at that point, I was like, get to yoga. Where the yoga at? Okay.
Erik's back now.
Well, I want to see some yoga. All right. Hasn't done yoga in that room at all. Yesterday we laughed about it. I said to her, "Remember that time you were over dramatic about that?" She was like, "I know. I wanted to do." And then I looked at her and I was like, "Oh, you really know what you know?" She does. Like she knew. She knew she was being dramatic.
Do you watch The Office?
Yeah.
One of my favorite episodes is The Dinner Party. Do you remember that episode?
Which one was that?
Where Steve Carell buys his plasma TV. It's like this big up on, and he's showing his friends. He bought it on a mount that you could like go like this. In one of those things, he moves in with Jan, and they're, it's basically everybody comes over for the dinner party, but it's not spoken, but you could tell, oh, these two just had a fight. But we didn't see the fight. It's just that energy. So they're like kind of doing this, and they're being cordial, and Jan shows everybody. Steve. Michael Scott bought this house, then she moved into it. It's not that big. One of the rooms is now her crafts room where she makes candles. And they go in, and she's like, "Here's my candles," and they're all like, and she's like, "Yeah, would love for you to sell one," something like that.
I think that's why his parents work so well. His mom has an entire basement filled with crafts and shit and just stuff, and she goes
she's
down
gonna be
there.
watching this,
and she goes down there. No, but she loves it. She goes and he loves that she's enjoying herself.
My mom for a gift once, and I still have them because I'm the way I am. She gave me a bag, like a little like satchel, that is filled with rocks that kind of are in the shapes of hearts that she found on the beach. She walked on the beach and collected 100 rocks and gave everybody gifts of rocks.
I hate those kind of gifts.
And now I got it, and I make fun. And she's like, "Then throw them away." But I'm like, I can't. I have this weird thing. You gave me this gift. I'm moving rocks.
Like, and if you're giving something to someone that you could just casually say, just throw it away, what are you doing? What are you doing, Glassman?
His parents are such a functional relationship because he just wants her to be happy, and if that requires her owning an entire separate house downstairs, then
you know what? I totally get that energy because that's the reason why I moved. I moved because Rachel hated my place, and I moved for her. It's way more expensive, but I was like, this happiness is okay.
But I'm sure her happiness makes her very, like, I know when I'm happy, I'm very useful. Like, I'll do everything. And Debbie is the most useful wife ever.
My mom likes to reuse things.
Ugh.
So there was this Wayne Gretzky. My dad had these sports bar and grills for
and she turns it into art.
Don't do that.
Oh my God, we need to put some of it up.
I love it. I'm into it now, but I feel bad. Like I don't want to be like making fun of my mom because she loves it so much.
We were cleaning downstairs in the basement. There was a jersey in there, and his dad said, "Oh, take it out of there," because like who gives a shit about a jersey that's been signed? I'll wear it. And we were like, okay. And so we start to take it apart, and then your mom comes in.
So here, let me tell you what's going on in my head. I was telling this story. Here's where I'm going to look like an asshole, and that's fine.
Oh, God. That's your brand.
It's not intentional. It's not. I'm telling a story, and there's beats. And then you took the story, which is fine. Tell the story, but then you went your version of it. And it's like you're directing a film, and then you give it to me like Zack Snyder.
I could feel your fucking eyes burning into the back of my head when I was telling that story. So
you can tell the story, but don't pass it back because now it's like it's your beats.
Because I could feel you.
Take it, but don't be like, now finish the drawing.
Now do it.
So there we were in the basement.
So Rick is saying, I would have set it up differently.
No,
not better.
So anyway,
you left some things out.
His mom comes running in and goes, "What are you going to do with that cardboard?" And we were like,
"Do you know what cardboard she's talking about?"
The back of the frame.
No, Rick. You know what this is? You know what this is? No. I know what this is.
Okay. I'm just
wait. I know what this is. You're like the book version, and she's the movie.
Yeah.
They've left out a lot of details, and you've read the book, and you're like, they didn't even.
You don't understand? He's a bastard. All right? He doesn't know. We think Ned is the dad.
This is like Harry Potter,
Right.
With the map.
Where's the cardboard? Aha!
We're so sorry.
We take the frame apart. There's cardboard left over. She says, "What are you doing with that cardboard?"
From the back of the frame. Just the cardboard.
Got it. By the way, very important to the story.
Just some stained cardboard that the jersey.
I get it.
How old is the jersey?
from the 80s.
So it's
if not
an
early
80-year-old cardboard.
90s.
And
80
she
year
comes
old.
running in and goes, "What are you going to do with it all?" And we're like, "We're just going to throw it out." And she's like, "Keep the cardboard. I'll do my crafts on it."
Ugh.
And what did she make?
And that was from a different thing. She just, we were laughing because it's funny, and she's laughing too because it's funny. But then there's a certain thing, and you know, you got to learn the line. And I'm getting better, but I'm 36. I don't think I'm ever going to perfect this with my mom. It's funny until it's not.
It's offensive.
And she's like, "I'm sorry. I like to reuse. They're for my crafts." And I'm like, "No, I know. I thought we were connected. I'm playing. It's cute. It's cute."
I
No,
know.
you know, I'm always a joke. I'm a joke. Okay.
Yeah.
And even now, I think my mom's laughing at this, but if my dad will be, and then I'll tell you what it is. When I make a joke and then dad laughs at it too, then mom could feel ganged up on.
Yeah.
But if dad gets mad at me, not because he's mad at me, because he knows mom, and he's like, "You can't." Now I'm like, "Oh, I can't make jokes." Now I'm my mom. "Oh, I can't make jokes." You know, my mom and I are the same thing.
They're the same person, so it's like a one big cyclical fight.
Oh, but so my mom got
because your jokes are like cardboard that a jersey was on.
well, or jersey, and I never know until I get it out of my mouth. Is this the Gretzky jersey, or is this the cardboard that's stained and it was sewed up on? They're both worth being framed, but you need context.
At what point did your mom reveal that she was a hoarder? Was that like early in the relationship?
Did you know? Because I feel like you didn't know until I went there, and I went, "I think your mom."
But
is
here's
hoarding."
the thing about my mom, and I'm probably being defensive, but tell me where I'm right and where I'm wrong. My mom doesn't have boxes in the corner. No. My mom has.
There wasn't a dead cat.
My mom has everything in drawers that say gray beads, blue beads.
Organization. You couldn't believe it.
My mom. Hey, where is the blah 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 from blah 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 under the It's
like a Dewey Decimal System.
It's unbelievable. It's Rain
She's
Man
unbelievably
style.
organized.
You're like, where's the used beads? That's row 7.
And also, my mom will use the beads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it.
My mom, you know when someone knows something about you, they get you that thing? Like, "Oh, Eric loves Mr. Potato Heads. We'll buy him that." Or Rick loves goblins. We'll get whatever the thing is. My mom has that with me with anything that's take your shoes off. I found this she made, and I love it. My mom, we had this swing set in the backyard that we took down. It was from before I was even born. And like you keep a piece of the wood, like, you know, like the last court that Jordan took a shot on at Utah.
Right.
She saved it, and she painted "Take Your Shoes Off," and she painted it. It looks like it's with red paint, and some of the stuff comes down, so it looks like it's from a haunted house.
Yeah.
All that stuff should be like in this corner.
Yes, I think I should start saving it.
Mom's
Sell it as
arts
merch.
corner.
Absolutely.
Mom's arts and crafts.
I
Sell it as
should,
merch.
and we should sell them on the site.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But my mom got me another one the other
Cut
day.
to the link.
It won't be ready by then. But maybe I'll put the picture up. My mom got me another one, and it was just, she got it at some flea market, and it wasn't "Take Your Shoes Off." It was, "Will you please not wear shoes?" It was like, you know, the bootleg version of the cereal that's not real for the movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No, Mom, this is cool, but I don't." She's like, "If you want it, let me know." No, it's okay if not. And also, do you want it on the wood that it's on? Or if not, I could use the wood. So
I have another project.
So I'm like, I don't want it. She took "You don't need to wear shoes," and she sent me, "Look what I made," and it's awesome.
You know what though? Your mom and dad, they're retired, right?
No, they work.
No,
They're still
My
working?
dad works every day. My mom works when she wants to.
Okay, then she needs this. Then I get it.
She works. She's hard work.
She.
No. I'm saying it's like, you know, we.
Oh, it's wonderful
like
and
we all
healthy.
have that thing,
But it's just, you know, it's cute. It's
She's
just
so
cute. I mean, I don't know how it
She's
came
so
up.
cute.
It's just cute. Oh, because of the cardboard. I want to show. I got this off the fridge.
Oh yeah.
Anything you want to eat, I'm gonna get her to eat. Sometimes she's not hungry, and I'm gonna order you something because I know you're gonna be hungry.
But don't touch his stuff.
Yeah,
I already.
But you understand that's not a.
I think you know what? I think I get you. Like, I get you.
Now check this out.
You know what I mean?
Now, not only don't touch my stuff. For example, if you're going to drink the orange juice, just finish it. Don't leave me this. Right now, check this out. I'll get a salad, right? And you know my salad. It's taking me 10 minutes to order it.
Yeah.
None of this extra. This on the side. Then I come home, I build my sauces, I do it, I shake it up, and now I know I'm doing this. But in the fridge, I put 3 hours of work into this thing, and I got it right. I'll wake up in the morning when I have my leftovers, and I know she thinks I won't know. I look in all the onions, the green beans are taken out. All that's left is the lettuce and the Beyond Meat or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Betty, did you eat my salad?" "No." "Well, but I had a green bean." Green bean? Just eat it now.
It's not that extreme.
So so then it happens all the time. So Betty does so much, and you give and take, but like I'll give a lot. Here's what's for sale.
I get
My
you.
salad isn't. So the other day it happened where I thought I had something and I'm looking forward to it, and she's on the couch looking beautiful, just did help me with the podcast, just did this stuff, having a hard time with something with her job with this and blah blah blah, and I see it all, but I also know something has to change. Betty, I'm sorry. I have to explain something to you because we have this conversation twice a day for almost 2 years now. I have a thing with my food. It makes me happy. You can't touch
He's
my
territorial.
You can't.
I'm the opposite.
But can I say this? Because that food is now special. There's got to be a part of you that has to have
It's a
it.
bit like I've had
Look what she put on the fridge the other
Don't
day.
eat Rick's food. Don't touch anything. Use paper towels to open doors.
Because
etc.
she always has little sticky fingers that
Or
gets the door handles.
He will hate you.
Yeah.
So this isn't true. This is what Betty put up on the fridge for her, but also for me to see. The reason I bring this up is because it's like this thing where Rick is difficult and I am. This is how Betty receives it.
Yeah.
It's funny. She'll make fun of me. She'll remind herself.
But that's also a mirror for you to see what a
Of course,
dickhead you can be sometimes.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's so great.
Yeah.
Because like I could tell her, and she hopefully eventually will stop eating all my food. But until then, at least we're gonna be able to find, like, when you're angry, you are on stage. At least we could find this isn't gonna get in the way.
Well, you know what? There's some things like you would hate Rachel because she's just a pig. Like I'm talking about.
Wait. Do you want us to put you in shadows again?
No, because it's like she does this thing where she makes the coffee, and she'll leave the coffee. We have like a grinder.
Yeah, barista.
She leaves the barista thing.
That leaves the wet coffee.
She leaves the thing in there, and I come home. Like the other day, I come downstairs. She's gone to work, and like there's coffee beans all over the ground, and I go, Rachel, you left a mess. She was like, I know the coffee machine attacked me.
She knew, right?
Because she knows I'm not OCD like this at all, but I can't stand that. So I got to get the fucking, what do you call
Dyson.
it? The Dyson, handheld, and I got to pick up everything.
You used to do a lot of sound effects. I'm noticing that you don't do them so much anymore.
Part of me wants to just leave it so she could like sometimes you have there's like a war going on,
Like let her sit in her shit, basically.
Yes.
Oh, like when you had roommates and you would clean your dishes
Yeah,
but leave
yeah,
their
yeah.
dirty
Yeah,
ones in the
yeah,
sink
yeah.
to say, these are yours.
Yeah.
But at this point now, it's just like
It makes your life unlivable. But
there was just one thing that we like. You have to have a give and take, and you have to know that you have an agreement. So like, I don't mind washing the dishes. Like if she don't like washing the dishes, so I wash the dishes and I take the trash out, and she washes all the clothes. So that's the thing. I go, we shook on it. So then it's like, that's your thing. This is my thing. So I go, so now I know that in my head, so I'm okay.
Roles. I have like roles of the house.
But Nikki spoke.
I think it's important to have those roles.
Nikki spoke about this in a relationship, and she
Nikki
said,
Glaser.
"Yeah, Nikki Glaser with Rick, saying that you can't have two babies in the relationship. You have to like fluctuate baby out, like who's being the baby today and who's being the baby about this. You can't one person." Unless the other person is willing to totally look after somebody else.
Thank you, by the way.
I do feel like that is who I am. I'm like, I'll look after, but there are times where I'm a baby about stuff.
Yeah,
very rarely.
But when you have that, when you get to know someone, you know when it's time for that.
Yes, but if the other person who is the baby and then you suddenly are the baby and he walked away from that and was like, I can't deal with your shit, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, I've been helping you so much.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is like, it doesn't work like that. Like it's not, the fairness isn't we're doing the exact same thing for each other. No, we're doing equivalent things for each other. So if it was a scale like this,
transferable.
The things that I do are here, the things you do are there, and they should equal out. Because I can't stand when someone's like, well, I do this.
I did the dishes. You need to take out the trash.
Yeah,
that's horrible.
It is.
I'm joking. That's what you said.
No,
you do.
no, because it's about when
I agree.
When you don't have a set thing, then you're gonna feel resentful. Why am I always, and you're not? What are you doing? Especially if you're someone that like, if I'm paying most of the bills, you start to feel like that. So that can be taken away just by, even if it's a small thing. It's a small thing. So
like just. Close the lids. Don't eat my food.
Yeah.
And And if you could maybe dress down a little bit because you're so pretty, it makes it look like, wow, Rick must be doing something crazy, illegal, because chicks love illegal guys. Couldn't think of what the thing would be, why she would date me.
I don't know either, but
because
I'm really teasing. I get it.
I know why you date me.
Why?
I got a top 3 podcast. And my mom could at any moment make you any custom piece of art you want.
Out of
anything.
Mostly wooden rocks.
That she found at a junkyard.
No, she made me the cutest thing. She got beads and like little things that I love. So like a little cat and a little dog and then made a teacup.
Remind me to never tell your mom things that I like.
You only talk about things you don't like, and she'll make you nothing.
Yeah, 'cause it's just.
I want to have Mom's Art Corner and have on them price tags of everything, so
Auction
anybody at any
everything
moment could buy one of the pieces.
That'd be great.
That's fantastic.
You should put them on the website.
What's it called? Mom's Art Corner, right?
Yeah.
MAC.
Art with
Yeah.
Mom.
Art with Mom. No, because that's like she's making it. Or you have to go like this. That's a really great idea. I'll
Actually, you
consider
should
it.
do that. Actually, set up a camera while she's making these things.
You're saying Mom could have like I could have a series where Mom does like here's how we make them.
Yeah.
Because she's so cute.
That's
the way
brilliant.
she breathes is so cute.
I don't
want
wanna
to
edit
You don't have to. It's like a long form.
No, it's too late now. You're not even allowed. You're the type. See, this is Rick's the type. Like you don't want to tell him ideas that he's going to want to do because he has to.
Like the bit we did the other night.
He has to do it. Like he's like so. If you do this, you're not going to just be like, okay, Mom, do that, and then Betty, you edit it.
Torment.
Yeah, hair and makeup.
Yeah,
lights.
yeah. You're gonna
Buying
be like,
new cameras.
You're gonna be like, what are you guys doing?
We did a thing the other night.
Mom,
where
these rocks aren't hearts.
That actually would be Rick's hell. Rick's hell.
Sorry, we
is-
keep cutting you off. This is what we do. I love you.
Rick's hell would be watching take your shoes off and not having any control. That would be Rick's hell.
He's totally proud. Like when we had this.
Like
thing
you would
the
just
other-
have to sit right there, and we're just like, and this light is.
We
too
do
bright.
Said make
eyes
it black
open.
and white. I made a joke that it doesn't mean anything, but if you don't do it, then they don't feel what I was presenting.
Yeah, that would be your hell.
Why
We
did
snap for a mustache. There's no mustache. Either take out the snap or add the mustache. What?
We the other night he went like this to me as like a joke, and then every time I turned to him he'd do it, but then it became a bit. So then every time I turned to him, even when he's like, stop looking at him, because he had to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I
and
was
this
a little
morning-
stoned and she was doing this, and then we both laughed and a pattern was established. So then I'm watching TV and I was clocking before she turns. I could turn at the same time because that's funny, like we're on the same page. It was great for a couple times, and then she kept doing it, and I'm like, I can't not do that. She's setting it up. It's my responsibility. If somebody listen, I might not want to play catch, but if you throw a ball at me, I'll be like, stop.
You know what I mean?
Stop.
like,
I
he's-
can't go like this. Stop. I can't throw the ball away. I got to throw it back.
I could throw it.
But to
away.
the point
I
where
know.
he was asleep and
And
he
that's
was
why-
like, he's like, stop, please, you're like tormenting me. And I was like, oh God.
The Mom's Art Corner.
Do you like to torment him because it's so easy to do it? So,
Yeah, it
so,
is great.
so do you like? Do you have to check yourself a lot of times because you know?
I won't do things like I won't hover my hand over the couch, or I won't like aim.
but
I
you
will not
But that's
do that.
great. You
no.
know what? That's awesome.
Yeah,
I would
because
never-
some things are chemically putting me in a place.
No, but check it out. It's about. There's an old saying. Love is, giving someone the power to destroy you and trusting that they don't.
Right.
In bed. That was from Friends.
But yes, I feel like.
Did you see the Friends reunion?
Loved it.
Yeah.
I thought Matthew
Matt-
Perry looked crazy.
Doesn't matter.
Not great. Yeah.
Like, what was he doing to his face?
Let's not.
LeBlanc, great. Kudrow, amazing.
Did he look? He looked.
You know
kinda-
what? Everyone is going through some things, and then it's like, hey, we're filming on this day, and he got to be like, all right, I'll.
It just looked like he got some work done. Is all I'm saying.
Oh,
A
they
lot
all
of
have so much
done.
work done. But he had his teeth done right before. It was the excuse that they gave why he was like.
And it's
throwing
such a
and stuff.
bummer that like, hey, this is 30 years later.
I know,
It's
I
like
know.
let me just.
Well, when you got Jennifer Aniston sitting there still looking flawless, it's kind of hard as But they're all rich. They got so much money.
Yeah.
I thought it was very interesting. I didn't call him, but I texted Adam Devine to say we should spoof this and do one for
Remind me when his
Workaholics.
birthday
That's
is, by the way. I
funny,
got to
yeah.
post about it.
Like we should do the same thing, like Workaholics, but do it like the Friends reunion at the Workaholics house.
I did John DeWalt and I had when we first moved out here, we did a sketch troupe together, and we would do videos all the time, and that's where I started editing and getting equipment and getting into it. And nobody watched our stuff. They got a few hundred views. Nobody cared. Years later, he and I did a behind the scenes, like a look at these sketches. And maybe I'll put it up. I don't know.
There's a clip in Tyler Perry that's kind of controversial where it looks like Rick is giving my character a blowjob out of loving the show so much. But guess what? We didn't plan that. Rick dropped something or was picking something up. I don't remember. You're going to have to talk to him.
That's a funny video. There's a controversial part in that where because the camera's so tight, it looks like I'm blowing John because I pop into frame. And I told him I dropped something. And, we just keep going. Obviously, we're not going to stop because of that. But the truth is, I was trying to blow him in the video. Stupid. But it came out really funny. I think it comes out good. So.
But anyways. I don't
Edit
know,
that in.
It did make me very afraid of aging.
So this is interesting how this turned into
I know,
like a co-hosting podcast. Maybe this is the new thing, or this will never happen again.
It would make it so much easier for me.
Yeah.
Because
you did that with Rachel, and the episodes went really well. I listened to them. I love them.
I know, but what I'm saying is like this is actually a very natural thing
it's
for
great.
you guys to be here. You doing this,
Love it. We did last week. Not last. Well, I don't know when things came out, but for the professor, I had a Magic the Gathering guy, Brian, the professor. He has a big Magic the Gathering channel.
Oh yeah, because you have a whole thing. You have a whole. You got into a whole fight about this.
What fight did I get into?
Well, you got in arguments in the group Facebook.
Yeah, you were on that Facebook thing.
Oh,
you got bullied.
Yeah, but I'm saying I had a guy on recently who was unrelated to that. Just he's a Magic the Gathering guy.
He's like a Magic the Gathering celebrity.
He's a guy that has a great Magic YouTube channel. He's a really nice, character. Nerdy. Like these are my friends. Not the opening was great. I'll play it.
Just so you know, I'm such a type of nerd where I don't get anything. I don't know anybody. I get no references. I don't know any music. I don't know any actors. I don't know anything pop culture. I will not be able to play along with any bit. I'm hopeless. I'm just warning you in advance. If you want it cool and with it, you have got the wrong person with his shoes off.
There's an author that I love. I've spent almost $1,000 on his audiobooks. Okay, I just love this guy. His name's Christopher Nuttall.
Shout out to Christopher Nuttall. We'll put his Instagram handle up here.
And I don't even think he's on it. I think he's just on Facebook. So I hit him up and I was like, I'd love to, you want to come on my podcast? It's a sci-fi fantasy. And the guy's prolific. He has 8 different series going on at the same time. And they're all very different. I mean, he's just like
my stand-up.
What's going on in his mind must be
brain mapping
magical,
is incredible.
Thank you.
And I wanted to I said, "Will you come on my podcast?" But he was like, "Well," he was so before the messages were going back and forth. He's just very much like, "Well, if you want to hear a lot of stuttering and and all the
that is letting before you sleep with somebody, you're letting them know here's who I am."
Yeah, because I wouldn't want him to come on a podcast and he just has a huge stuttering problem.
Why not?
Come on.
That's tough to put him in that situation.
Here's what it is. Also, let me just say the reason I brought the professor, which is a great episode, check it out, blah blah blah, is in that episode I did commercials with Betty. Betty was on the couch, not on camera by her design, which was fine, but doing the commercials with you, I don't know about you, I hate doing them. They're just hard sometimes because it's hard to do a solo podcast. You're doing it now. Congrats. It's just hard having Betty to talk and remind me and to tell me things and to bounce off and to tell. It was
she should be your Betty. Just
Well, she is.
I know, but
what I should be is her Rick, and I will be, and I'm going to work on it.
And that's another episode of Take Your Shoes Off. I've been Eric Griffin. This is Betty.
He's Ben. See how people say that? It's weird.
And
I say, what was your name? When I leave somewhere, I go, sorry, what was your name to the waiter or to
instead of what is your name when we've never asked before. What was your name is oh, I'm sorry, I forgot, but you never asked. People,
it's English. I think you go, what was your name?
Sure, but I talked. I think this was on the Dax episode that just recently came out. But I talk about how when comedians get off stage and they go, "Thank you so much, I've been Eric Griffin." It's what do you mean you've been? Who are you now? I just think it's an interesting way of wording things.
All right. I am Eric Griffin.
At IamEricGriffinGaming.net.
No, .com.
Helix.
Yeah. If you want to check out Eric Griffin, that is myhelixmattress.com/TYSO. TYSO. I will be so, but now people are going to want to do that. You got to use a TYSO one.
You got to go to
TYSO. When I come on your podcast and you don't air it 4 or 5 times, we'll promote your Helix.
I had technical difficulties. I'm always trying something new with you, and I wanted to. And now I got it worked out. We just haven't worked it out.
We've done, I think, 3 podcasts that didn't air.
No.
We have to do one
Yeah.
before you go.
Yeah, I'm leaving town in a little bit.
Where are you going?
Cleveland, and my arms are going to be tired. Visiting home. And I think I might want to do, and this episode might come out around then, I think I might want to film crafts with my mom.
You should.
Yeah, we should.
And do a thing. 'Cause she is so funny.
She's the funniest.
I want to tell, we maybe told this story before, but we're having a good time, and people, they could have already turned
Do
it
you
off.
want to leave though? I feel like you want to leave.
No, I thought that Rick said he had to be someplace at 2:30. So
What time is it?
It's almost 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have to be to the dentist. Tooth hurty.
Wow, wow.
Bow, 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 bow.
And we're back.
My parents came to Just for Laughs one year. The Just for Laughs Comedy Festival in Montreal. I feel like people who listen to this know about comedy, but it's the biggest comedy festival there is. It's so many comedians are there. It's for 2 weeks, and you run into people, blah, blah, blah. I did it for 4 years in a row. This is my 5th year, and my parents never came, and I brought my parents to it. And my parents know my friends because social media and blah, 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 but my friends don't necessarily know my parents. But I just had posted this Replenish video that people loved, and I remember my dad knows who you are. He watched I'm Dying Up Here. He's seen, I
told you that time I saw him at the airport, and he was just like, "Hey, I was just riffing with Griffin."
Yeah, but before that, the first time you met,
yeah, I was just like, we took a picture. He was just a funny dude.
The first time we met, though, my dad saw you because we were walking in the lobby, but you also saw us, and you go, "Steve," you knew who he was, and he goes, "How did you know who I am?" Or you're like, "Replenish, I love it. It's hilarious," and it made him feel so good. I mean, rightfully so. I mean, it's like, it was cool that my friends knew who he was, but I always remember that you knew my dad from a video that I posted a few days before. So luckily for that video, people knew who my dad was. So my dad came, and these comedians knew my dad and thought my dad was funny. So it was just a cool thing. It's like, "Hey guys, we all know each other." I just think it was a sweet moment. All right, well, what are we doing? Are we ending it?
I think so.
Yeah, I love when you come on.
Yeah, whenever. You know what I mean? I get it. This was. I thought this was. Did
you have a good time? Did we?
I felt like she was like. I felt like she was so ready to do this too.
I liked it.
I think this is gonna be a new thing right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Bashful Betty is back in business.
BBIBBB BIB.
BBB.
Well, before we go, we always end every episode with asking our guests to do the wrap up. This is a new thing where you have to kind of.
I did it already.
No, but you got to find. It's the wrap up where you talk about what we talked about, but in a rap or spoken word.
What?
2, 3, 4.
Oh man,
you got to do it, man. You don't negate people.
What are you talking? Yes, you do.
Rick will beatbox.
This is like when you throw the ball. You just threw the ball at me, and I went like this.
You didn't even catch it though.
I went like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I got a hole in my wall.
What are you doing? Go get the ball.
All right, man.
It's a great episode.
Fantastic.
We just do this. Yeah, great episode.
Oh, so many mustaches. On, off, on, off, on, off, on, off.
We're cutting. I'm blurred out. Are you just gonna get up and leave?
I feel like that's what we're doing, aren't we?
That's what we should have done.
Yeah.
That's how you get out. Yeah. All right, that'll do. Eric, would you like to plug any of these lights in?
Just go to erikgriffin.com. I got dates coming up. I actually got some dates, so you can go to my website for the schedule. I'm working on my website. There's going to be a new one coming.
Are you doing any in Cleveland?
No, but I do want to go to Cleveland soon. I got to hit up Hilarities. I love Cleveland. I love the guy that owns Vic or whatever his name is. He's a great dude.
You let me feature for you at Caroline's a few years ago.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. We had a good time.
It was fine. But
what do you mean it was fine?
You were so funny. I think I told you this on a thing. I'd seen you many times at the Comedy Store, doing 20 minutes. That was the first time I saw you do a full set, and I watched every show. So funny.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Rick.
And I would like to do that again sometime because
we'll figure it out.
I with this podcast, and I've talked about this recently on some of my podcasts, I could now, I'm realizing, sell tickets to my show. Like I have that's awesome. But I haven't done stand-up in a year and a half, and I don't have an act that's ready to, I don't feel comfortable people paying
we
for
could
that
probably
show.
put on a show ourselves. We could probably go someplace and be like,
I was thinking I might want to do that.
The riffing shoes off,
The shoes off with Rick, and Eric will be there. But yeah.
Wait, what?
Trust me, we want to sell tickets. All right. But if there's ever a time where it would make sense for you and for me, I would be happy to feature so I could practice my half hour before I practice my hour. Yeah. No obligations, of course. But if you want to sell tickets, you'll want to put me
then I
on.
have to like explain to the club owner he's working on it.
Yeah, but the club owner will say, I know, but so many people used his promo code to get in. They love Take Your Shoes Off. And people are going to, for your show, are going to come up to you after the show. Oh my gosh, we found out about you because of Take Your Shoes Off. We think you're so funny. It was so great.
That's great. I hope that does happen.
Yeah. Anyway.
But all those people will be cleaning the table before the show starts. You know, there'll be a lot of those type folks.
Whatever, man. Great stuff. Funny to have you.
Yeah.
Scoot do. Bye.
Scoot doo, blabbity blue, scoop dee. Oh yeah.